It's funny because people will say the Jews don't integrate, and then they'll blame the Jews for running the banks, the media, the weather.
It's hard to breathe, but that's alright.
Yes, my beautiful people, we are back here again. We're back again with the interview chat style. Without saying too much, guys, I have a few questions, a few things I really want to know about Jewish culture, right? Quite a few of them. And I found a Jewish friend I'm going to have a chat with. I've got a couple here, so I've got the knowledge base, you know what I'm saying? So without saying too much, guys, let's get into this. I also thank to Traveling Clad, the Bombo Clad man. He's made this possible. So basically, I noticed that some Jews, especially the Orthodox Jews, like to wear, the blazers that are long like a trench coat, also with the top hat. Like, what is the history behind that? Because to me, it's kind of Western. So how did that come about?
Jews, classically, we're not Westerners, right? We're from the Middle East here in the land of Israel. But a lot of us were forced out of the land of Israel, and we lived amongst Westerners. And no matter where you are in society, a Jew has to show up representing the values of the Torah and the values of God. Mm-hmm. And one of those is to be presentable, not to seek now an importance in fashion and to dress nicely for the sake of fashion, but to dress nicely for the sake of showing up as what we say a mensch, right? A proper man in this world, dressing respectfully. Our women also are meant to be covered properly. Mm-hmm. Certain areas of their body should always be covered. And this is out of just showing up in society as a respectful person. At a certain point in history, obviously different times had different senses of fashion. Okay. But whatever was the most accepted, respectful way for a man to show up, that's what was set at a certain point as what Torah learners and people that are connected to constantly working on their connection to God, how to show up in the world. So in the Western modern era, a black suit with a nice fedora or whatever, a top hat or whatever it was, that was super respectful. Okay. So for the Jew that represents God and a relationship with God in the world, that became kind of a uniform. And also to not put so much of an emphasis on the need for picking different clothes every morning, waking up, not knowing what to wear. Wear the same thing, don't put so much emphasis on it.
Okay. Oh, wow. Okay, that's really beautiful. And also, I noticed like a way that you appear. I noticed that you have long beards and you have this curly hair.
So mine are up right now, but they're here.
Yes.
They're here. They're here in full strength.
In full strength.
Sometimes I say I rock out with my locks out, but...
dropping the rhymes as well. I rock out my locks.
So what's the idea?
Yes.
You see, on the top of my head it's short.
Yes.
On the side it's long, and then we have the beard, obviously. So everything in this world really is, we're kind of living in a matrix. It exists, but it's here in order to teach us deeper lessons about deeper realities, the spiritual reality of how God interacts with this world and how God shows up with his creatures. So there is a commandment in the Torah to not cut the corners of your field. A farmer, he should leave the corners of his field untouched. He doesn't even harvest it. He just leaves it how it is. And the poor people can come do work. They can harvest it, they can take it for themselves. Okay. He doesn't even do the work. Leave it for them, so they take it with dignity, they come and they work and they take food home to their house. Man is considered like the whole entire universe is in him as well. So too, our head aligns with that field. In the corners of the field, we also have a commandment not to completely shave and destroy the hair here on the side of it. So you cannot shave, a Jew cannot shave the side of his head, this area over here, with a razor. You could do it with scissors, you could do it with a machine that doesn't work like a razor, a machine that cuts a little bit less, but you can't completely shave it off. Then there's more Kabbalistic and Hasidic beliefs and movements that when there's a letter of the law, we try to go above that. So since this is a holy place that can't be destroyed, we'll grow it out.
Okay.
And essentially the top, anytime you don't need something in this world, it's a place where negative energy can grab onto it. Judgment, evil eye, people have something to say. Why does he have so many cars? What is this? If a person has one car, people don't ask questions. If you have 10 cars, now people say, why does he need so many cars? Just that why is enough negative energy to affect a person, right? And we don't want that. So the top of our hair, where we don't need long hair as men, for women this is not the same thing, right? For men, we don't need it. It's excess, so we want to cut that off. So there's no judgment. On the side of our head, which is where, like the side of the field where you leave it for the poor, that's the act of giving and loving. We want to have it loving and flowing. We want to have a lot of love. And in the beard is the mercy, the compassion with the limitations. That on one hand, that's loving kindness, but on the other hand, I have to limit it. I can't be giving all my money away. I still have to exist. I have to take care of my family, right? So I want to give, but I want to have it balanced. And Kabbalistically, obviously, there's a lot of depth behind all of this.
Yes.
But those are some lessons that why you see Orthodox Jews with short hair on top, long hair on the side, and a beard represents these kinds of ideas. And again, we're walking through this world trying to represent godliness. So we emulate a lot of things that have deeper meaning.
Yeah. Wow. Okay, that's deep. Like I never thought about that. I thought like it was just a symbol for you, just a way of doing things. You know, like I'm a Christian, and I believe in Jesus Christ, right? And according to the Bible, it said he was a Nazarene, and that he wasn't meant to cut his hair or some things, or razor shouldn't touch his head, something like that. But like me as a Christian, we know that Jews don't believe that Jesus Christ is the Son of God, right? That's what I know.
No, we do.
So how do you see?
I'm also a son of God. We're all sons and daughters of God. He was. Physically, is he the son of God? No, I don't believe that. Right? Unless God was with Mary, and I don't think most people believe that. So, but yeah. But why'd you ask?
Yeah, I'm asking because, like, for me, I want to understand, like, the things, you know, about the Judaism, maybe why they didn't believe in him, because like we Christians believe in him. We know that he was a Jew, right? We actually don't exactly refer to him in the past, because we believe that he died and he rose again. Yeah, but obviously you don't believe that he died and rose again. And I heard that so like with Jesus coming back in the Torah, back in those times, that you were expecting like a Messiah.
We're always expecting a Messiah every single day, and that's why we, the Jews, don't accept our Jewish brother, him, as the Messiah, because the Messiah, first of all, comes from the line of David.
Yeah.
So if he's the son of God, how's he the son of David? That's one question.
Okay.
And then after that, the Messiah, one, he has oil poured on his head and he's anointed by the whole entire Jewish people and crowned as king. That didn't happen in his lifetime. Nowhere in your Bible does it say that it happened. Metaphorically, yes, but actually the physical thing happening, accepted by all of the Jewish people, it didn't happen. And then he has to also build the temple in his days. In his days it was destroyed. And he has to gather all of the Jewish people together to serve God. That also didn't happen in his days. So there's many other factors also that didn't happen. I'm not going to go into a whole entire list right now.
Okay.
But for the fact that he's not the son of King David, according to the Bible itself, there's contradictions in the list that the Bible presents itself, the New Testament, not ours, yours.
Okay.
And the fact that all of the things that the Messiah is meant to accomplish were not accomplished. So if you say that he passed away, coming back to life, and he's yet to achieve those things, and he's the Messiah, you can believe that, okay. But to say that he is the Messiah, that's already, it doesn't add up. It doesn't add up. We're waiting for him to come, whoever it is. But there are some conditions, according to the Bible, that he also said to not go against, right?
Okay, so, yeah. Okay, I think that's where our beliefs fundamentally changed a bit, because we still believe that those things were achieved, but in a separate,
but how? The world is still, like our country alone, how many people died here in the past 2 years? You know, it's not, the world is not at peace. There's no temple in Jerusalem. There's a golden pimple there on the Temple Mount, right? Yeah. But these things, I know Christians a lot of times explain these things as very metaphorical, correct? I know that that's how it's translated, but the thing is that Jesus in his own lifetime, and any Jew that lived throughout time, we are people of unifying the heaven with the earth, and that hasn't happened yet. Unfortunately, the world is still not there yet. We really want it to be, but we all know the reality of our world, unfortunately, right now. When it happens, I'm sure that we're all going to be completely aware of it. That's what it says about the Messiah as well, that the whole entire world will come to serve God. We still have people sacrificing children.
Absolutely.
That's not, you know,
Yeah.
that's not serving God altogether. So we're waiting for that day.
Yeah.
We're yet to find the person that's done it.
Yeah. I'm just gonna take away what you're saying, because like obviously because we have our beliefs are not fundamentally different, because all beliefs came from you. Like it all came from you. We just sort of branched off from you, and we have things that we believe in that it starts to get a bit complex to explain it. But for me, I just want to understand, you know, your ways. And now coming out of the spiritual aspect of it, now I want to come into the contemporary world, like with all the things that we've been seeing in the news. Like, so for me particularly, right? Like I've always wanted to come to Israel. But
Is this your first time?
this is my first time ever.
Nice, welcome.
Thank you, mate. After everything I heard on the media, like especially after living in London, like I was deterred from coming. Like I was put off from coming, right? And the reason why I actually came was because I started researching online, checking people's accounts of their experiences here. Then I was watching videos, and I saw a few things were a bit different. There's a few videos that sort of almost kind of proved the narrative, but when I looked at it in the context, it didn't make so much sense. So I thought to myself, I'm going to come here to find out. So now that I'm here, I found out things are very different. So now the narrative that is out there about, you know, your country, like, how do you feel about it when you hear it? When you say people that come here are treated as second-class citizens, you don't want anyone here, you either stone them out or you spit on them. Like I was told of this, like clearly many people told me, don't go, man, why are you going? Come on, bro, go somewhere else. Yeah, they are that they won't treat as a person.
A lot of you see this. I think the Jewish people are the prime example of this. That whenever there's good in the world, there's a lot of opposition to it.
Absolutely true.
And opposition usually comes in the form of lies, propaganda, hatred, war, killing, opposition physically, mentally, emotionally. And we're people that are trying to do good, and we're here. We really don't want to fight. But the media is the media. The truth is, as a person that's connected to the Torah and Kabbalistic teachings, we look at this whole entire world as a world of lies. Our belief is that there's many worlds, meaning many levels of perception and spiritual worlds. And this world we believe to be Alma de Shikra, the world of lies.
We believe that too as Christian.
So then what? So then the media, out of all of that, are they not?
Definitely
they're the face of it. They're the face of it. The face of the lies. So I'm not surprised by that. I'm not surprised. I know I lived in personally 5 countries. I know that people don't know who Jews are, and I know that the majority of the world has never even seen a Jew in their life. I also know that the majority of them don't like us.
Yes, a majority don't like you. I feel like maybe because they don't know you. But in London, there's something they say like what I believed about Jews. So I had never met a Jew before, never been friends with any Jew, but I believed everything they said to me, because sometimes when a lot of people say the same thing, the idea is to believe that it's actually true, you know. But then Jews, so this is what I've heard about Jews, right? It's not necessarily terrible. They said Jews like to live on their own in their community. They don't want to mix with anybody else.
Correct.
Everybody else is like a second-class citizen. They're not up to their level. Mixing with other people is like contaminating yourself, and you just want to keep it within yourselves. And they said that's why Jews in the UK, in London, live in North London, mostly. Like North London areas, Edgware Road, Hendon, all those places. Like, what do you have to say about that?
The truth is, we do. We like to live amongst each other.
Yeah.
We don't have any problem doing business with non-Jews and learning or whatever it is, working together. There's no problem living in a society together. But our communities, let's go all the way back.
Yeah.
We're a tribe.
Absolutely.
We are a tribe that developed into 12 tribes that developed into a nation.
Yes.
At our core, we're a tribal people. Where does a tribe want to be if not with their own tribe?
With their own tribe, exactly.
That's the most natural core human element of it. We're a tribe. After that, when it comes into the religious life and the way that we live spiritually, there's so much that goes on in our community. You don't see it here, right? You're walking in the city, you can't even detect it. But the fact that there's synagogues, a mikveh, ritual baths, right? A ritual bath for women, schools for kids, all these different things that we definitely want our kids and our families and our community to look like, and we don't want to impose on you, so we move to a place where we're able to do it. We set up our way of living. Your countries are saying that they have freedom of religion and welcome anybody. We see that they definitely welcome some type of people. That for sure, they're letting us know that some people are welcome, but the others, why they want to be alone. So one people wants to conquer everybody else and let them know that they're there, and the other one's trying to stay in their own little corner doing their thing and still pay taxes and do their thing and to show up in society. We have to pick and choose our battles a little bit, right? So the Jews, honestly, the reason why we want to be alone is because we've always been that way. We also have 2,000 years of trauma of nations chasing us. In England, I went to school in Harrogate.
Yeah.
It's ended now, but there was a rabbinical law instituted that Jews are not allowed to sleep in York. It lasted over 1,000 years. That it was prohibited by the rabbis for Jews to sleep overnight in York. Why? Because there was a horrible massacre that happened in York. And because of the danger for a Jew to be in York, there was an over 1,000-year decree that Jews are not allowed to sleep overnight in York, and there's people still to this day, Jews, that won't sleep overnight in York. I got caught once in a train station in York, and I stayed up the whole entire night.
Whoa. Okay, I've never heard of that bit.
So people don't even know how close it is and how far back we remember these things, because many people in the world can't trace really their own family's history back more than 100, 200 years.
Absolutely, a lot of us can't.
Many Jews can do it for 3,000 years. We know where we were, we know what's happened.
Wow.
We have over 2 million books in the Jewish library.
Wow.
We know what's happened to our people. We want to be alone. We don't mind integrating. We don't mind, but we're not going to assimilate. We don't want to assimilate, at least. And we want our communities to be looking like our communities.
You want to preserve your way of life as well, your history and everything. I mean, it absolutely makes sense. You know, I like debates where you talked about integrating. At least, you know, because they say they integrate, assimilate. But like I know in London, some cultures don't want to do either. Like they want none of it. All right, no integration, no assimilation, no tolerance. Right? I know you mentioned tolerance, which is very, very important. I believe that if someone goes to another country, they should integrate. Right?
The question is why they went there.
Stick to my culture.
There's two different types of people that move countries.
Exactly.
As a person from Nigeria, you know this. There's immigrants and there's refugees.
Yes.
Those are two different types of experiences. The refugee is running away. He was stripped of everything he has, and he's trying to keep on as much as he can as what he had.
Yeah.
The immigrant is leaving everything he had to get something completely else. He should assimilate. But if a country is welcoming in a refugee, it's very, very, very normal for the refugee to come not wanting to change at all.
I like how you broke it down.
Right? So the Jews that are in the West, they're all refugees. Very few. In America, in England, you have very few families that were like really, like in America, the families that came there with the original ships in the 13 colonies. You do have Jews that were there, involved in the Civil War and everything. Those were immigrants. But you have a lot of refugees. Majority of Jews in the world are refugees in the sense that wherever they lived, they were either kicked out, forced out, or stripped of that ability to live there. And wherever they went next, they just tried to keep what they were doing. And back to your original question, we still wear the suits. We still try to look normal in your society. We still got rid of our long dresses and our turbans to try to show up in your society and to look a little bit normal. But to go to your schools, it's a little bit different. We don't think the same way. We have different values. We can work together.
Yeah, I mean, there's something you really nailed on the head, because this particular one affects the UK. Talking about integration, talking about refugees, and immigrants, because like from what you just stated, the way you broke it down, right, which I really like, is that you see with the immigrants leave for a purpose. So immigrants leave by choice. They look for the countries they want to go to, right, and then the onus is on them to go to the countries, learn the ways, then integrate and assimilate, because they've decided this is what they want. They've accepted these people.
The American
so
dream.
Join these people, the American dream, right? But refugees are sort of forced out. They do not want to leave. It's not by choice. They still want their homeland.
Trying
They
to
want
stay
everything.
alive.
They want to stay alive. So it's like they're out there temporarily with a plan to return back to where they came from. Now, that is one problem that we have in the UK. Right, because a lot of have you heard of the ones, the asylum seekers that come by boat? They come in and they come in by choice, but they say they're fleeing.
They're listed as refugees.
They're listed as refugees, and then that just muddies the whole definition of being a refugee. Because of the way they behave as well. They come by choice. They arguably pay a lot of money to get in. But then they do none. They don't integrate, they don't assimilate, they don't do anyone, and then they want to claim their own, they want to claim the country as theirs, they want their own laws to be implemented, right? But if they act that way, right, and then let's say you obviously, not you, but you said like the Jews in diaspora that are there are forced to be there, and people complain that why don't they integrate, right? Like, don't you think that gives a negative image?
Yeah, but the majority, there's, again, in every community, there's different people. So it's funny because people will say the Jews don't integrate, and then they'll blame the Jews for running the banks, the media, the weather, everything else. So how do you get into that job if you're not integrated, if you're not assimilated? So the Jewish people is a big people. Some of us are extremely assimilated and integrated.
Yes.
Heads of banks, NBA, NFL owners, sports teams owners, bank owners, whatever you want to call it. And actual just regular day people with a restaurant or a local store, whatever it is. People that are everyday people in society. And then there's a part of the Jewish people that are a little bit more in the middle, right? Like me, that I'm willing to sit with you here.
Exactly.
I know this is going online. I myself personally teach Torah and put classes online. I have over 700 classes online. I do this as well.
Yeah.
But I'm also very much tied to the religious side of it. And the more, yes, insular people that have less interest interacting with the outer world because they are fulfilled and feel good in their own little bubble in Torah and everything.
Yeah.
We have to make room for all types of people, right? There's people that go to India and stay in the mountains for 6 months and don't even speak to other people.
True, I've heard of this one.
And we applaud that, and we say, wow, look at the strength. With a person, there's also a lot of strength to living in a modern world, in a modern city, with all the mess that we know that's being pushed and the nonsense that's being pushed there.
True.
And to stay true to your 3,000-year-old values in that city.
Word.
There's a strength to that too. And a lot of us, we, again, are an ancient people. We know this world.
Yeah.
This generation will pass, and another one will come, and it'll happen again and again and again. One thing won't change. The Jews are here to stay. And we're going to keep showing up in society wherever God puts us.
Amen.
But like you said, with the refugees trying to go back, our hearts are trying to come back here, and many of us are now coming back here. And I was blessed to be one of them, and it's happening.
My heart is in Zion. Yeah.
There you go.
Bro, thank you so very much.
Thank you for coming.
You've answered my questions. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Much
You
love to
you
you,
can
bro.
stay in contact. You can reach out. Anybody else as well, feel free to reach out. My name is Eliyahu Pereira. Eliyahu Pereira. You can look it up online, Instagram, YouTube.
Yeah, I'm gonna find you, and I'm gonna find him, and I'll post the link in the description as well. All right, guys.
Come to Israel. Come see it with your own eyes. This man, I wanna applaud you, and honestly, I don't know you, but I'm proud of you. I'm proud of a person in this world that doesn't listen to the noise. You did your research. You checked. You were skeptical, but you checked, and you looked into it. You took the risk, and you're here eating hummus.
Eating hummus
in Sfat.
Best hummus.
Do you know that there's rooms and buildings in this city that are 800, 900 years old?
Oh yes, I had a tour with him about 3 hours. My mind was completely blown. I've got lots of footage. When this footage comes out,
there you go.
Trust me. If anyone doesn't believe it, I'll just be like, just come for yourself. Incredible history.
We have no connection here, they say, but yet we have 1,000-year-old Jewish synagogues.
Incredible history. Like I'm saying, if the stones could talk, what they would say?
They would sing songs to God, saying,
Oh.
"Thank you, Hashem. Thank you."
Amazing.